one of his points is that if mindfulness was to training was to actually change people's beliefs about worry, which is what this model works on, to change their beliefs about worry, the mindfulness training itself would probably have to be altered. He was just hypothesizing. It's a fair conclusion. So, well, actually, no, you don't need to change, you don't need to alter the mindfulness technique in order to have an effect on metacognitive beliefs. You don't need to alter the mindfulness technique. All you need to do is use the same mindfulness technique we've been using for thousands of years and apply it to an understanding of this, which I did. So people got a class and got paper and actually exercises to try to think about when their worry is out of control and how to rethink it. So actually I gave them an application of mindfulness, which I always do, right, when we do this stuff, so that actually you don't have to, but that's the way psychologists who don't have any who haven't done any real mindfulness training or any real contemplative training, they quite naturally think, oh, we'd have to change the practice in order to get it to work here. It's not true, man. It's not true. The practice, stop changing the practice, you crazy people. Stop it. Go back to the original one and look at how it worked. How did it work? It worked by applying it to things. And applying it to things so you'd understand them better, applying it to things so that you would react to things differently, applying it to things so that your outcomes, or so that your natural reactions and habitual reactions to things become positive and become constructive, and you eliminate the destructive ones. That's what we do with it. It's always been like this. It's been like this for 2,500 years. It's this one radical thing that this guy did 2,500 years ago in India that you're just dead set, hell bent on rolling back as we research mindfulness, you know? And then of course, there's this bizarre situation we're in where in order to sort of get mindfulness in your paper, you start by saying, oh, it's derived from Buddhist sources, which is, you haven't derived from Buddhist sources at all. You've derived it from some other guy who wrote a paper, who derived it from some other guy who wrote a paper who claims it was from Buddhist sources, but it's not. He just changed it. Yeah, I mean, not that I feel strongly about it. So